I'm not being mean, but it takes a different size screen for a 3X shirt. I do have some 3X shirts that are just saying. I do have some 3X shirts that are available on our website. But look at it this way, I'm giving everybody a goal to work towards, you know what I mean?
Right over here, a question.
If I do 4X, I'm just enabling, you know what I mean?
Yeah, what's up?
Have you ever given any thought to making the women's merchandise maybe a little bit more feminine, like with sparkles or anything?
Ah, that's a good question. Who does come up with the females? Is that you too?
I did a female in the baby line as well.
Does it all? What? Anything a little more feminine on the line?
Oh, wait, what do you mean by feminine? Do you mean pink with sparkles, or do you mean, what do you mean? Everybody has their own different version of feminine, I'm sure.
Sparkles. A Metallica logo, sparkles.
I'll bring that back for you. I've done them in the past. I've done about 4 different ones. I've done sparkle and glitter and lights and things. I've done it. We have to kind of keep it rolling and moving on. I'll bring one back for you if you're just searching the website and can't find anything and you're that dissatisfied with my work.
There you go. Ask and you shall receive. Any questions right here? We've got Toby here. Toby's right over here. So go ahead. Why is everyone going, oh God? You're someone, okay. I don't know what's going to happen, but apparently they know what's coming.
My question is for Dan.
Talking to the microphone.
How much of the website is your creation and how much is band input?
How much is on the website, how much is your creation and how much is the band's creation?
He's calculating. He's calculating.
Yeah, I'm calculating.
Ding, ding,
well, you
ding.
gotta figure that lyrics and set lists and all that stuff, that's all their creation because it's...
You don't write
they
lyrics?
Did. See, you like how I'm spinning that around?
Just answer the question! You can't handle the truth.
I can't. From a design standpoint, it's mine. From a content standpoint, a lot of the ideas came from, between me and Jeff, who's not here right now. We kind of get together and, we're like the brain trust of web. But, obviously they give us everything and we just find a way to get it out there.
So,
Skank.
like who did, so they... You got another one?
All right, for Dan, is there anything you ever wanted to put on the site, but the band just felt it wasn't worthy or they didn't really like it?
Not yet.
You know what? I have a website. I probably, like, once in a while, those guys will think they know what they're putting up, and then I'll hear from a fan, like, why'd you put that up? I go, I didn't. And then I'll call, like, why? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Have you ever put? Are you allowed to put up anything? Well, I mean, you know what they're
Within reason, right?
Yeah, and have you ever had the lawyers like, dude, why'd you do that? You've got to ask me before.
Yeah, I've been,
should have asked him.
Yeah.
Did you ask him?
There have been some videos that have kind of gone up the flagpole that he's stopped. He's done some babbles way back when that he's watched and he just thought it lost the plot, that it was boring, it wasn't fun. I know the one big one was in like 07. People always called it Babble 2. You guys want to see it, but it sucks. So, no. I mean, honestly, if he thinks it sucks, it sucks. So that's why you got Babel 2.5.
I've seen it. It does suck.
Yeah.
Question right back here, Metallica shirt. Put the mic right up to your mouth.
Yeah.
Thanks. I have a question for you then. First, can we expect anytime soon a friendlier mobile version of the website? And by the way, thanks for putting my picture of James there.
Thanks for putting my picture of James.
I got
After
that,
that,
I
I
think
didn't
it was
get anything.
I think
I
you
didn't
said
get anything before
mobile
that.
version of the website.
Mobile version.
Is that right? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Mobile version.
The seed is planted. Who knows when it's going to grow?
Right
but
there,
it's been
it's
planted.
It's right.
The thought is definitely out there.
Questions. Website or merchandise? What you got, Hammer? You know what? And I must point out what a dumb thing I just said. The guy with the Metallica shirt.
This question's for Toby. Is there any chance you might reissue the Captain's a Crunch shirt or maybe reincorporate Rod into that design?
You know, part of me that was Crab's a Crunch shirt. You gotta realize I never sold it. So in other words, if anybody out here works for Quaker Oats or anything like that, you can't come get me. It was only a cruise shirt back in '93. It was what we put out as a cruise shirt. I made a patch of it and some posters, all of which were given away. I think I sold a poster briefly.
It was
for a while.
89.
It was 89. Yeah. But if I did it now, I'd have to ask Mark DeVito, who's here. You know, he would be able to. He'd have to redo it, and I don't know if it's still relevant. And there's a lot of things we could get away with back then that we probably couldn't get away with now legally with that. And I think they might come after us from a liability standpoint.
There you go. We're talking with Toby and Dan right here. Everything you're wearing, these guys are responsible. Everything you've seen on the website, these guys are responsible. I'll get to you 1 second, my friend. You had one.
Hi, Dan.
Hi, Trish.
How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Okay, so this one's about, so there's a Facebook.
Yes.
And you know,
There are
people.
a lot of fans, too.
Yes, there are.
Almost 26 million.
My God, how do you live?
Imagine the power.
Jesus. Anyway, so as I'm sure you know, people are always like, "Where's the Twitter? Where's the Twitter?" and all that. And people have the fake websites and stuff. And all
There is
that.
Twitter.
Yes, there is Twitter.
Yeah.
But not the band Twitter. Like
There's a band Twitter.
There's a Metallica Twitter.
Oh, band
The band
members.
members.
You want Lars on Twitter, seriously? You're gonna get like 1/16 of a thought.
That'd be wonderful. But no, my question is, I guess the band's not really into Twitter like themselves. So I got that. But I mean, how about the other social network websites like Tumblr and anything else? Or like they're into it, or like anything going to expand in the future? I don't know.
Toby might be able to answer this a little better because he knows them a little more personally, but I think they like to kind of unplug.
Well, it's also unplugged, but it's also getting everything from one avenue. I mean, if you guys want everything to be official, you want to get all the information to all of you guys at one time, you better put it in one fucking spot. If I got Lars on his Twitter saying we're going to do this thing in New Jersey and, we're going to do this kind of stuff, I mean, it's not as official, and it takes away, the other guys aren't really that into it, and they do want to unplug from that stuff, but it's just, for them, I could never see Kirk doing that. I can't imagine. I don't want to read Kirk's tweets. I don't know how that would be. Rob's not the most technical savvy. I'm going to tell him this later. This is no secret. He's not the most technically savvy guy of the group or anything. I can see James or Lars picking it up first, but it's not in our future plans.
Can you actually see head feeling on Twitter?
No. Yeah, a lot of yes, a lot of oohs.
James don't tweet. You know what I mean? I know that much about him.
No. Yeah, right here.
Yeah. Hey, Toby, are you the backup setup guy for Lars's kid? I've noticed you on his kid a couple of times. Maybe it was at the Black Ops location. I wondered if you did that. And which band was your favorite for both of you for this event?
For this event, for me, the suicidal infectious grooves thing, I mean, only Metallica is going to top that, in my opinion, here. But I am his backup drum tech. I'm also when the band rehearses at HQ and we just do rehearsals there. If the crew's usually flying to somewhere else, taking something up. I do all of their instruments, the drums and everything, and set all that stuff up for them, and to restring the guitars, get that going, to make it easier on them, to make it easier on the crew. It gives the crew a little more time to spend with their families too. And then there's also the side of it is I really fucking enjoy it. You know what I mean? So if James wants me to restring the 8-fuck guitar and tune it all up, hey man, I'm all game. I'm there.
There you go. Over here, guys.
Hey, Dan. Hi, I'm Mark.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, where's your fucking hair?
It fell out.
Is that all you got, Hammer, or the comedy tent's over there, lady? If you want?
Are you gonna make it rain?
What? You gonna make what?
Are you gonna make it rain pit passes over here, or what?
Maybe I'll make it rain pics.
That's like the guy who got brought in by his friend. Dude, I'm in the Metclub. I got you. Just wear the hat. Just keep looking straight. Can I ask questions?
Let's make fun of the bald guy.
Is that guy an Ultimate Fighter?
I just want to know how you guys got your job. How cool is your job?
Oh, that's a cool idea.
I guess I'll go first. Mine's a little easier than yours, huh?
Let's go with Dan first with the web. How did you get your job first?
I was a big pain in the ass.
You were bald, they said you're in.
I wasn't even so much
Sorry,
bold
big
as
bald
I
back.
just kind of showed up everywhere. Summer '98, I did like 13 shows on that fucking tour where they played the acoustic set. But yeah, so I got to see the Four Horsemen acoustic 13 times, yeah. But anyway, so back in the day we used to have like a club booth that, you know, you get your meet and greet pass for a pre-show or an after-show or whatever there. And I would volunteer, and I just kind of always made myself known and, you know, offered to help. And when they moved the club out to California, I kind of got that chance.
Yeah, but like, did you design? Did they give you like a trial and error to design stuff, or?
I started off just kind of, you know, customer service stuff, and I'd gone away for a little while to go to school. You know, learned a lot of it, you know, a lot about design. But you know, I had done so much web stuff in the past that I did some freelance for a little while, and they needed a full-time dude. So
you started when?
2000 for about a year, and then I came back in 08.
Now, Toby, you look like you're 22.
Started when you were 14.
Started, yeah. When'd you get your start, and how?
I started in '93. They haven't let me go anywhere since. So I started in '93. I knew Tony Smith in family. Tony Smith was our old tour manager. He also was the president of the band. He and I started the fan club in '93. We didn't start getting stuff out until 1994. And then when Tony decided to retire from tour management, him and Lars sat down one night and just decided that the best thing to do with it, if we wanted to really bring things to you guys and really get the information to that, we were going to set up a satellite office in California that I was going to run. I was just going to relay information back to Knoxville. And then we sat down another night and decided that was a dumb fucking idea. Let's just bring the whole fucking thing out. So they brought it out. I was the only one they kept, actually, out of that old.
You were?
Yeah, I was the only survivor of that particular Tennessee Holocaust. So it's just started that way, and it's steamrolled into other things. I started out actually before we start sounding old. Before email, there was this thing called an envelope. You put a stamp in the right-hand corner, you dropped it in this blue box, and that's how we all got things. And I used to sit there and slash mail and read all of your nice comments and suggestions, and stories, and you know, all these things. And then it just blossomed into other things. And then we got it was an America Online board before websites were even.
It was the keyword MMC, and then keyword Metallica. Yeah.
And then this little thing called the old internet kind of showed up. You know, thanks to Al Gore, and you know, invented the internet. And then things kind of blossomed from there. And now we're able to reach and do and sell and give things away contest-wise, which is kind of one of my favorite parts of it. Is we get to reach out and do contests and give shit away, meet and greets. It's a little better for you guys now that you know the internet's out there.
There you go. Right down here.
So, questions for Toby. What's the production timeline on some of the rare merch? Like, if today you decided you wanted to make a certain shift knob or pint glass, when would we actually see that, and what kind of revisions go into that kind of thing?
I'm not really going to drop too many new product
Talking
ideas.
about the past.
With the past, the shift knobs take a little longer. I got the shift knob idea by being over at James's house one night, and we were sitting there. I was actually in my car back out of his driveway. He goes, "Oh, come back!" So I go running back and I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck?" He goes, "I need to show you something." So he takes me into his office, and he had a shelf with all these skulls and all these things on these statues. I'm like, what the fuck are these? He's like, "They're gear shifters, and we should make these." And I was like, "Well, I don't know if they'll go over very well." Seems like they did. And then we decided that if he'd start signing some of them, the first 25, make it really low number, limited edition stuff, it would happen better. But to answer that, it takes a couple of, probably takes me, if I think of a shift knob today, I have a couple of different sculptors now. They're doing these, and it takes, Squindo does a lot of them. I'm moving it in a new direction. After this one, it's going to be absolutely killer. It takes about a month for me to get a mold, make some changes on it, kind of get it rolling. Etched glass is a little easier, a little quicker. But I'll give you one thing. I am doing a bitchin' jump in the fire etched glass. It's coming out very soon. And that's taken probably about 3 revisions for me to be remotely satisfied with it.
How many times did I have to send you that artwork?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I always just call him, "Dude, send me some art. I want to make this." Then we start working that way. That's quicker. T-shirts, I can get that done in less than a week.
So were you responsible for the skull shifter that we broke down in San Francisco? I was with James, and he literally pulled that sucker out, and we were stuck. And thank God there was a car show, and there was like a million guys like, "Yeah, I'll help James fit."
Installation is not included in your purchase.
Hi guys. I'm a new homeowner, and I've been having a hard time finding things like outlet covers, light shift covers, curtains for the windows, shower curtains. Is there anything in the works for like home improvement stuff?
You can call it improvement. I have light switch plates over there, and they're actually available online now. I don't do outlet covers because there's different ones now for things. They gotta match, and I understand that. I do have a shower curtain in the work, if that helps you out. You know what I mean? So I'm going to branch out and do more of the home decor department. But I'm not going to turn into freaking IKEA or anything over there. Just so we're all clear.
Shutters.
I'm going to include one of those little wrenches you have to put all that shit together with too.
Right over here. Hey guys, with this being the first annual Orion Fest, obviously I'm hearing they're going to do it every year. Is it going to be in the same area or like all across the country?
I can't answer that, and the reason I can't answer that is nobody on this property right now knows the answer to your question.
That's true.
You know what it really evolves around? It depends on how this shit goes again today. I mean, it depends on how everything goes. We all, as a crew, learned a lot this week. We learned what we like. We learned, oh, that's fucking cool. But then we learned some things like next year, that ain't happening. We're going to do it like this. I want to make the museum a little pass-through next year to make it to where more people can get in there a little bit faster. I know. Sorry.
Wait, kind of along the home improvement line, I need scrubs. I need workwear. How about a Metallica work? I need scrubs.
I did it already. I did a crash course in brain surgery hospital scrub. It was green with Pushead's artwork on it and had the thing on. I've done that. It was on our website for
a long time.
About a year and a half, maybe up to 2 years. Some of this stuff comes in cycles. I am known to, so as I point out to him, I'm famous for when I run out of ideas, I just change the color on something. You know what I mean? So maybe I'll bring a blue one back instead of a green, but I'll keep that black. Most hospitals don't like black scrubs. All right, get medical education here too as well. All right,
there you go.
I'll keep that in mind though. I'm open to that.
Hi guys.
No, let's just do the microphone only. He'll get you next, okay?
Hi, my voice is gone. So, my question is this: we gotta see more Cliff Burton t-shirts or designs, more Cliff, like official designs.
If you didn't know, he said But now, is that, no, I don't mean anybody, is that from having a good time, that voice? Or, okay, yeah, he was the snake pit yesterday. So that's why he sounds like that.
Smoking plastic? What were you doing in the snake pit? Huffing PPC? What were you doing, man?
I think he sucked the snake pit. Oh, yeah.
Cliff Burton merch, I think. That's what the question was, I think?
Yes. Cliff Burton merch.
You know, James and I have talked about it. I mean, we've had some conversations about it. It's one of those things that you kind of feel, I got mixed emotions about. It's heavy on a lot of levels for a lot of people. I understand that all you guys would like to wear that sort of tribute to Cliff, but there has to be something that we can't, it's not that we can't figure out, we haven't figured out yet. There's got to be a positive spin on it. Just rolling Cliff Burton's artwork on a shirt and putting it on a website going, hey, buy my Cliff shirt because you're a Cliff fan, to me, doesn't feel right. It doesn't, it feels, it's a little sticky to me, you know what I mean, to do that. If we could find some sort of thing, me and Ray Burton, where we were here yesterday doing a thing, I've done some talking about it. It's not like I haven't had the idea. I want to find something positive to do with that income, some sort of charitable thing, something that Cliff and Ray and Jan would have been involved with to actually do that, rather than just like, hey man, you should buy this Cliff shirt. We're gonna make a whole bunch of money. You know, I don't want to do that. I don't. I feel strongly about not doing it actually.
Nice. All right, right over here.
Hey Jim, I lost my voice at your set, by the way.
Oh, in my set. Oh, he was at my snake pit.
Which Jim's giving out passes for after this. See Jim.
My question was, I thought the Cthulhu merchandise was going to be like Metallica merchandise and stuff. Was that ever an idea, or did that get scrapped at like the 11th hour?
No, it was never an idea. That was never the concept whatsoever. The concept was that we would do these festivals. There's always these vendors who want to bring their kind of rock and roll feel, you know, Squindo's over there. You know, we wanted to bring that to it. There is Metallica merchandise, of course, for sale, but I wanted to bring back some vintage stuff because I have a museum. It's going to make sense to bring back some of that stuff you can see and not see in there that's old school and actually purchase it. You know, so that's meant to be what it is. It's going to be that. I actually think that's freaking killer. So I hope that gets bigger, better, more awesome. I think more people will come out because I think, like you, a lot of people misread what that was going to be, and there's probably a lot of people who have walked around and saw it and go, dude, next year I'm putting my booth over there. So I think that'll get bigger and better, and I'm pumped about that actually. Dan actually named that. There you go, buddy. How about that?
This is for you, Toby. I happen to have a 9-to-5 work, a 9-to-5 job, and the thing is has there ever been the idea of a tie for us that wears suits?
Yeah. I have that in the works. I do. I get that a lot. I got that polo shirt thing. I get that quite a bit, and there are some indoors. I just don't want to do lame ones, and I am working with a bigger company that I don't want to name yet, but we're still negotiating. How's that for an answer? Cufflinks, probably.
Cufflinks.
I probably won't do high-end jewelry, which is probably what that would be. It would cost too much, and I'm like, hey, I got some Ninja Star cufflinks for $300. I don't want to do that. I don't.
Tuxedos. Wedding gear.
We should start fitting for tuxedos at HQ. You're fitting.
You're fucking hilarious, by the way. But how much of with all this electronic Facebook and all the emails, how much of the information does Ben actually read from us? I know the right answer is all of it, but really, how much do they say?
So how much do they really have time out of all the emails and all that stuff at the end of the day?
They have their bins, right? Yeah, I have bins at HQ that have their names on it, and they'll come out there from time to time. Kirk's laying down a guitar lead. James is wandering out doing something. But we'll come out and he'll read some things. I'll be honest with you, some of that shit I don't want him reading. I get a lot of mail, we get a lot of email. A lot of it's great, keep it coming. I get a lot that's not so great.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, a lot of it's crazy, a lot of it's psycho, and a lot of it I don't want them reading. And the reason is, if I show James, dude, you gotta see this chick that wrote this fucking wild ass letter, dude, and he reads it, he trips out. I'm never going to be able to show him a letter again, and he's never going to kind of come back to that bin and revisit that. It's like, hey, did you want to go read the Psycho letters? Like, he's going to be like, no, I'm good, bro. I'm going to sit here and write a song or something. So now, they do read it. It's selective on which member. Lars, I'd say, is more of the guy who gets on the message boards and gets his information off what you're saying. Don't think he's not reading that. James is more of a hard letter, and I'll give it to all of them. All of them come up to me and be like, what are they saying about and what do they mean? You know, they want to know what you think. So we mostly read it and then kind of break it down for them, and they come and reselect what they would like to.
Hi, Toby.
Hi.
Hi. For the merchandise that you're creating, how much of it is based on things that you think are going to sell, and how much of it is stuff that you think is just going to look cool and is creative? And what's your best-selling piece of merchandise?
What's my best-selling piece of merchandise? Master of Puppets t-shirt in size large has been the most #1 selling thing in my store for many, many years. Obviously, the limited edition shift knobs glasses, that stuff sells the fastest, but I make less of it. I've been making Master of Puppets shirts my entire career. So, and we'll continue to do so. Master of Puppets in large is #1 selling.
Hey, Toby, what was the most shocking thing where you went, this thing ain't gonna sell?
I'm gonna show it next hour on, exactly. I'm gonna show it next hour, hopefully on the screen when I have Tony Squindo sitting right here. I was in a hotel room on tour once, and the people from Nickelodeon called my cell phone. Listen, we want to make a SpongeBob Metallica t-shirt. I hung up on him. And if you could see Mark Ryder, you could ask him. Because 2 days later, I called him, we were talking on the phone, I'm like, hey Mark, I just want to tell you something funny. Oh, these fucking people from Nickelodeon called me the other day. Get this, they want to do a SpongeBob shirt. Isn't that ridiculous? And he's silent on the phone. I'm like, hello? You there? He's like, call them back right now and make that happen. And I'm like, so I had to call Tony Squindo and have the most bizarre conversation because you're not allowed to draw SpongeBob. So Squindo drew my Metallica guys. I had to have SpongeBob's artist draw them, and I had to kind of mesh it together with some Photoshop skills and kind of make it work out. So that's probably the thing that to me I was like, I cannot believe I'm going to heavy metal hell for doing this. I know I am.
That's Kirk's favorite shirt.
Kirk told me after that me and him were good on merch, and just he didn't need to see too much more in the future.
Hi Dan, hi Toby.
Hello.
Before I come to my question, you just mentioned the Master of Puppets t-shirt. Sorry about my accent, I'm from Germany.
You go, girl.
All right, thanks. And I was wondering, you know, on your website, I've seen in the store a vintage version of the Master of Puppets t-shirt, and I was wondering if you're planning on making some girly version of it.
Sure. You know, the guys back here that runs that actually printed that shirt for me, I can put that in circulation in about 2 hours, so that's no problem. I'll do that for you. That's not the original version of that Master of Puppets shirt.
I know,
it's
but I like
called vintage because of the wash of the ink and the feel of the shirt, and it's not the actual image.
Very cool.
If you like it and I don't make it your size, I'll bring it in girls for you. That's not a problem.
Great. And now my question. Real quick.
I thought it was.
I think it was you, Toby. A while ago, I read an article. It was about an interview with Passet, and I think you interviewed him. Could you share maybe some thoughts, some memories when you look back?
On Passet? Yeah, realize. Yeah. I was, and I'll be honest, and I've told the band this is no secret. I was at a skate park when I was a little kid, and this guy walked up with a Metallica skateboard, and I sat there and stared at it for 20 minutes. What in the fuck is this? This is rad. And the fact that now I talk to Passet probably 3-4 times a week. I mean, the fact that now we work together on all this stuff, and we have some bitchin' stuff coming for you guys, it's just fucking amazing that he's done. He's by far and away my favorite artist of all time. I love him. He's not going any fucking where. I mean, the guy is great. He's, how do I put this? He is very particular about the way his artwork is used, what it's put on, how it's used, and when you asked me that question earlier about how long the shirts take and shift now and stuff like that, I want to put the little asterisks on it. The Pushead stuff takes about 4 times long. If you look at it, there's a reason. He's not an idiot. He actually designs a lot of things that you're wearing that you don't know you're wearing. Nike consults him about shoes. you know, the different Coca-Cola bottling company consults him about can designs for Mountain Dew. It goes on and on. He's not just a skull artist by any means. He's actually a very artistic visionary is what he is. And what he's doing right now, people will be doing in 5 years. I'll say that about him. He's not an idiot. He's very, very, very smart. Some days he's a little too fucking smart for me, and I just, you know, you want to wring his neck because you're like, dude, this is killer, and he's like, I actually don't like that. And you're like, I can't believe you just said that. That's the most bitchin' thing I've ever seen, you know. So he's epic to me. He's not going in.
What? I can't hear you. Oh, cool.
It sounds like trying to put a million different, is this a fan focus or whatever concert you've been to, just kind of try to put it all together.
These are all banners, all the local Metclub places all over the world. Yeah.
So, basically, like, we need to do it self or you build it down and do it
that beat. McGovney, Hetfield, and Mustaine.
How that turned out on the phone.
Yeah. I'm not Here, go hit it up. Where's it at? I have 2 bottles.